Alright, and we're back. It's New Mutator, and I'm joined by Switch, Argos, and Paris here in Game 4 of the second round in the Winter Series 2016 Finals between the Syndicate and Vaalbara. So Game 4, so far it's tied up. One win, one loss, and one tie. So yeah, it's Flag Rally and Kair Kadarn. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't even remember what happens in this game, so it's going to be surprising.
Well, it has been a while. It's been a couple weeks now. We've been trying to cast these for a minute.
Hey, you guys are on a freaking marathon.
Oh, you mean last week? Yeah, we were
Just
ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, we got the first round done anyway, and we're bringing you the second round now. These games were all played on the same day. In the second round, the ones that we're casting today. So Flag Rally, how's this going to work out? It's like 8 fetch for each team. It's pretty significant. That's a lot of fetch.
Rat King trading in for some Thrall. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they both teams have the same amount of souls?
I would imagine so.
I think it has
Let me
10.
see here.
Because we definitely have some.
I think Gaul has more souls.
12 plus 8, 20 soulless for Vaalbara. And it looks
I
like
think we have 15.
Yeah, 15 soulless for the Syndicate. So about 5 soulless advantage for Vaalbara.
I think Sin has 60. But regardless.
What's that?
Yeah, you're right.
I think Sin's got 16.
Oh.
But it's just numbers.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, they do have 16.
See, I think the biggest blunder in this game, some foreshadowing, is none of the players attack the campfire for Syndicate. When you do this, it unlocks secret powers where your unit's twice as strong, so...
Yeah,
obviously,
we didn't do that.
Is that so? I was not aware of that.
Yeah, man. And kind of like neglecting that move really puts us in a off situation.
If one of the rocks hits your fetch, you win. So
it's true. You get 2 lightning shots.
Really? I've not heard
Staggering
of this.
blood on this newbie team.
And so the Heron, Heron guards are Heron healers, not Heron heroes.
Yeah, so, a little bit weaker, a little slower in attack speed, 3 less roots.
So if there's let me get this straight here. So the Syndicate took fewer soulless, but invested 3 or 4 of those soulless's unit trading points into Thrall. Is that the main difference here?
Yeah.
And both captains are taking, Rat King and GKG are both taking spider packs. So they're going to try to whip around the flanks, get some of these tags early on. I'm wondering what Rat King's going to do with those Thrall. Probably flag D?
Yeah, mostly just placeholders.
yeah, he's going to put them at different flags.
I would imagine to defend against spiders.
Yeah.
You know, anything else they're going to melt. But spiders they're pretty useful against.
Flag capture.
Now you can see here, all of the fetch, except for Lips fetch, are heading towards the middle of the map, so...
GKG is able to tag that center flag first, but he's a little bit slower than the Syndicate on this, so they're probably going to push it back.
Oh yeah, they get it. Both teams tag flag 5 in the middle. But I think tagging it first gives Vaalbara the edge, I want to say.
In the north, GKG is also going to be able to snag 7, but Rat King's going to quickly push him off with his spiders. Same thing's going to happen in the south, unless GKG can stall long enough for Asmodean to get down there, but I don't think he can. Yeah, there, Rat King tags it.
Yeah, it looks like he opted to hold on to the spider. And it looks like the mid is going to be firmly in the hands of the Syndicate. Although, They have to contend with a lot more Solus.
I just say that I hated fighting GKG Solus the entire time. It was such a pain in the ass.
Well, and you're kind of on your own there because
Yeah.
your other half, Akira, is only just getting in a position now. He needs to be able to counter out Arsenic ASAP.
Yeah, he's
Paris
slow to the
gonna
battle.
lose a fetch there to Arsenic. Eastwind gonna go heal up Kruniak's fetch. GKG taking some hits from Demolition.
I don't even see where Paris's fetch are.
Yeah, they just melted.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah. And that was a huge blow for us, man.
Yeah, there's about 10% differential.
Akira.
Yeah, I'm just getting worked by these Solus.
GKG outnumbers you. He's still going to take a few more hits from Demolition, so he's got to be careful.
He can afford it though because the Thrall aren't doing anything. So you know,
Yeah,
you can lose like 4 Solus and be okay. Though Demo's doing pretty good so far. That said, I think Rar and Adrenaline are outnumbered in terms of fetch here on that mid hill.
Eastwind's going to try to make a move for it, but Adrenaline's going to block him with these Stygian Knights. He's going to have to turn around there before Kruniak zaps him. Eastwind healing up his fetch.
Yeah, Demo's going all out.
Demo's going full in, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to support him as best I can, but those hills are crazy.
Adrenaline with the wasted heal, the Stygian Knight he was trying to heal got zapped. So far, 77%.
Yeah, we're not doing so hot right now.
It's about 16%
You'll notice a lot of these remaining Syndicate percentages are tied up in flanks.
You watch these games and you wonder, like, how did we win? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
funny, though.
I don't even know. Wait, are you trying to say that Syndicate wins this game?
No, we not this game, but just overall. Like, man, we pulled it through.
Because it's not looking so good.
No, it's pretty much over at this point. They have the advantage with the flag tag too, so.
Yeah, I think Rat King has kind of realized that. You'll notice he's just standing on the north with fairly substantial percentages.
The good news is that I think Vaalbara is out of heals.
Man, Akira taking some hits with his Solus too. He's really got to spread out. He's just getting saturated there.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why the fetch are targeting the water, it's because the lightning has a chance to bounce off. So it gives you some extra range. Some spiders.
Yeah, it cancels those arrows, and it can damage them a little bit. So that's nice.
Look at Eastman coming in here with the spiders, getting a few hits off on Arsenic's Solus.
Rat King did what he could, but he wasn't
He's
really
now
able
making
to...
a move. He's coming around the flank.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to go up against Limp though.
It'd be difficult, and there's a spider back
man.
coming towards them.
Yeah, the spider pack is going to be key though. He's got Asmodean chasing him.
Yeah, Asmodean being there just makes it really hard for these spiders to be able to do much with the area of
I gotta
effect.
say, Eastwind and Kruniak are doing a great job just keeping the pressure on mid with the fetch, continuous white attacks, or excuse me, fetch attacks.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bad here for Syndicate. Though they have managed to kill their fair share of units, they're still about 20% behind, 61%.
I would say Demolition, who's trying to hold off GKG, he might need to redirect and focus on Arsenic or something. He's got 2 fetch. Look, you'll notice he's walking away.
I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, Demo.
Maybe to go D?
I think. Yeah, I think he decides that he needs to help against Osmodian.
Yeah, because we don't want to get tagged out. He's going to go try to support.
I think that's going to doom the rest of his team, though, on this center island. They're getting surrounded.
Yeah, and Limp just took out Rat King's northern flank. Percentages, look at this.
Do you have any comments on this, Paris?
I think Paris had to go.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. He was nice and quiet.
Yeah. I think
Akira might be able to snipe one of Eastwind's fetch. Yeah, there he got it.
Flag captured.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Not bad, Akira, but it's a little bit too late. He goes for 2. Pretty good.
Okay.
He tries to go for 1 more, but not able to do it. And that's GG as Osmodian takes flag 1, wins the game
Rat
for
King
Vaalbara.
Walked off.
Yeah, there's no point sticking around. You're just going to pad the enemy's ratios. So he knew there was no chance at that point. 68-31%. The opposing team more than doubles the remaining forces of his team. So he gives it up. You live to fight another day. In a fresh game, game 5. But dropping game 4 though is kind of a huge morale loss to morale. But we'll see if Syndicate can bounce back. They won the first round, so they know they can upset Vaalbara for sure.
Yeah, that loss definitely hurt.
They're missing 2 of their core players, Lizard King and Kirk, not able to make this finals match.
This is true,
yeah.
but I think Paris admitted that had he held on to his fetch, had he not played so risky, they might have had a better shot here. I think he accepts responsibility for the loss of this game, as he lost his fetch. I didn't even catch it though. I didn't catch his fetch getting blown.
Yeah,
up.
I didn't see it either. But when those
so
get
fast.
blasted, yeah, it's done.
You got to say too, like I don't want to put it all on Paris. Look at Rat King's trade with the Thrall. I mean, those were useless. He just ended up walking him off the flag in the end.
Yeah,
both flags.
Well, yeah, that's true. But how many unit trading points? That's like how many Thrall was that? That is what, like nine Thrall?
Yeah, not many points, mind you. But that's 9 points. That's just gone.
That's true, but like on the other hand, they had things gone differently mid, they may have been able to do, because the reason why they did so poorly was because Osmodian had his fetch there, and Thrall are pretty useless against fetch.
Yeah, good move by Osmodian, definitely getting in there with the fetch.
Yeah, so that rendered those Thrall, null and void. But had the fetch not been able to pull off the mid, to push into the backfield of the Syndicate there, the Thrall were, they do a pretty good job of keeping those flags firmly in the hands of the Syndicate, not allowing Vaalbara to tag them with some spiders or what have you. But I can see what you're saying. Not having those unit trading points with you in the mid battle may have hurt in other ways, with the Solus advantage.
Like I'd take 3 Solus.
I was thinking Solus, absolutely. That made a huge difference. Vaalbara able to put the pressure on 2 flanks, whereas, as Argos was saying, he got into some trouble with GKG.
Yeah, GKG actually, he had 5 Solus surviving the end there, which that's about that's Syndicate could have had 3 or 4 Solus. They could have matched that possibly, but anyway, let's look at some of these stats real quick. It's like GKG, another pretty solid game for him. 10 kills, 6 losses, 31 damage. It's going to be pretty high up there, but the most damage is going to come from Kruniak and Limp. actually.
I think Kruniak was the one who killed Paris's fetch too.
That would make sense because 41 damage is quite a lot. Fetch, or how many unit trading points are fetch? I want to say 8?
6.
6? Okay,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is 6.
Well, he
8
was
would be a
doing
warlock.
powerhouse play in the mid with those fetch. Absolutely, like every single blast was bouncing off the water and then smoking somebody's soulless or hitting another fetch, and keeping his own healed at the same time. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like too. Every player on Vaalbara had positive ratios. There wasn't a single player that did not have positive ratios.
Yeah, and look at Syndicate, right? I mean, some of these players putting out very like underperforming. I was going to say. So I'm thinking Demolition here with those 2 fetch that ended up walking away at the end. Uh, I mean, look at his kills. 1 kill, 11 damage. Compare that to Kruniak's got him by 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 2 fetch that are not doing damage. Basically, that's going to hurt
Yeah,
you.
and he was. I mean, like you say, he was fighting GKG that whole time. I actually would have credited him with some more damage than that because I knew he was definitely hitting them.
He did
I mean,
a
I'm
good
looking
job
at
holding off GKG.
yeah,
Really.
sure. GKG's got red units and they're all wounded, so he was doing some work for sure, but could have been doing more. RAR also, negative ratios and very little damage, kind of a non-entity here.
True, yeah, and even though Paris, supposedly suicided his fetch or whatever, he still had 16 damage, even though he lost, his power units early in the fight, which is
Yeah,
not that far behind Adrenaline with 21, who had the most on the team. The other thing I want to mention too is Limp had 37 damage, but did he have fetch? What did he?
he did. Yes, well, because you'll recall he blocked Rat King when Rat King was able to slip through. Limp was there to stop him.
Okay. I must have missed that too. Looks like somebody lost. Yeah, it looks like there was a battle in the east that I didn't really see happen, but looks like some herons were lost and some Stygian knights as well.
Yeah, that did not work out for Rat King. I think he thought he had a kind of a clear shot there, and he didn't realize, or maybe he just had to take a calculated risk. He thought he had to push it, but Limp had more material there. You'll see his fetch only has 1 kill on it. It's heading mid right now.
Ah, okay.
So
There it
actually,
is.
interesting. Both him and Demolition kind of hanging back late in the game.
Yeah, but Paris losing the fetch early opened up, it opened things up for Vaalbara where they did not need all their fetch there. So Limp being somewhere else and Osmodian being somewhere else, not too huge a deal. Vaalbara was able to take the mid anyway. And I
I don't
think
know if. Sorry,
Mostly
go ahead.
because of me.
what's that?
Said mostly because of me, my huge blunder.
Yeah, I actually didn't catch the blunder. I didn't see what happened.
So I attempt to push 3 fetch with 2. But I just, I don't know, because the 3 fetch I was trying to push, they clump up a little bit. So technically, if I did hit them, they would all take damage. But I had some souls to my flank. So it was really a pressure situation that could have been completely avoided by not engaging.
I'm
Right.
guessing that was Arsenic with the Solus. He was doing great. I think he's got like 8 kills on those souls alone.
Oh yeah, the Solas did a great job keeping our fetchers at bay and pressured throughout the entire game.
Yeah, actually 9 kills. If you look
I
at
was
that.
wondering if, since we got Argos and Paris here both on Syndicate, I wonder if you guys can talk a little bit maybe about the communication in the background here. The reason I ask is because it seemed to me like Syndicate got into some trouble with the way things were being arranged in the mid. Even though you guys had the hill, you were, as you say, you were getting flanked pretty much that whole time. So did you notice that when you were playing? Like, were you thinking, talking about that or?
Yeah, I remember. When you're mid, and you're just fighting the whole time, you're doing your best to just concentrate on that. We had people that were flanking. I know we had Rat King out there. He was communicating the whole time. His units got wasted, you know. Once we lost those fetch mid, I mean, we had to concentrate on just not getting eaten mid, and I think that kind of took some of our attention away from it a little bit.
Like we really had no reason to push.
Yeah.
And I felt like if we went a little more passively, we're like a little more patient, we might have been able to get some sort of advantage with our Solus, so that their Solus could no longer push.
Yeah, they definitely had flag advantage early on, and I think that kind of spurred us to try to do something, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you see again? I thought it was kind of a theme that we're seeing throughout this series is the fabled Vaalbara patience, right? Like how each game that we're looking at, they're willing to really hold back and just kind of wear down the Syndicate. Whereas Syndicate seems a much more offensive-minded team, it seems to me.
Yeah, I'll say every time I've ever played with Asmo, you know, we've had him sub on different teams that we've been on in the past and stuff like that. Every time I've ever played with him, he's always cautious, push, pressure, not like a huge rush. I mean, he'll take it if he sees it, but he'll push very slowly and consistently and just put pressure on.
I agree.
Speaking of whom, Osmodian had the most survivors out of anybody in this game, so that is a testament to that sort of patient approach.
Whereas I guess we're a little bit more directive, but we realize that throughout the majority of these games, the ball is often in their ballpark, and sometimes the only way you're going to take, the momentum back is getting right up in your opponent's face and kind of bringing the game to them. So we wanted to do that.
True that.
Throughout, every match we played against them.
Definitely noticing that.
Kind of just waiting around to lose rather than taking the initiative to go win.
Yeah, because you can shake things up. You might as well attack.
Well, I'll notice you have RAR and even Adrenaline to an extent, and I think you too, Paris, are a little bit impatient when it comes to just waiting around. Like you like to make things happen.
Oh yeah, we're playmakers, the three of us. So, like, sometimes we really need to, just keep an extra mind towards the fact that if we play a little bit more patient, we're going to see the results that, we're a little impatient to try and go get, So you can see here when I push the 2 fetch the 3, there's really no reason to do that. It's a really risky situation. You shouldn't even do that unless you're already in a disadvantage and you really need to make magic happen, So.
Like you guys say, the best best defense, good offense, right?
Absolutely.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, let's see if that helps out in the next game. So far it's 2 games to Vaalbara, 1 game to Syndicate, and 1 tie. So this is gonna be game 4, and we'll see you in game 5.
Momentum swinging to Vaalbara.